I'll take one now, 'cause one more time. I want to get more thing now. Right? Like one on right.
Kanon kan.
Mic bagus. Ikut temannya mic bagus. Alright,
Kanon tan to kanon kan seselaki.
Salam Israel, the Israelites pull up in the Musa, knowledge and the commanded to Nanyana, right? I speak to the land that they go, and some of Satabua, our some of Sabakabal, right? So we just hold on here until you know the brother who are coming to teach the we take it over, right? So we're going to Israel with the action, right? You know, from see Facebook, we see that have some kind of problems, right? We're about to know YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is. When I come back on Facebook, we get us right? Right, so we touch on Saturday one film, right? Coming up to the days and then after people them so-called Easter and all that, right? And all the pagan time, you know, so people buy the so-called Muslim and them they celebrate the Eid around the same time. Catholic and them they celebrate the same Easter, right? Or what they call Easter, but you might say Passover in Hebrew, right? Or the Passover, those Passover, right? And all of that is just all of these things that bombard me every time in the carnival, all of that is just distraction from the things that is actually work for Black Hispanics and Native Indians. So really actually what we're supposed to be doing is exactly what God said doesn't actually work. When they refuse to teach in Christian church, they refuse to teach that in the Muslim mosque, they refuse to teach that in the Catholic church. They refuse to be politicians, they refuse to put you on game. And then that was really actually work for your people, you know what I mean? So, we're going to really talk this up. But you want to say that we actually this place, here, right? This place is already destroyed. What's it like? Everything called the concept I had and then destroyed it, really much of that. They try to make you as confused as humanly possible.
Kanon kan.
So, when Lord say, understand, all my content, Lord said, this place polluted. He absolutely polluted, absolutely polluted. You wouldn't believe the money that is put, the focus that is put. That's something they call it again think tanks. That groups called think tanks, right? And study groups. So where they have actual departments and countries and all the countries on the planet except Black Hispanics and they do have a plan. Sorry, a country. We don't have no place to say, well, okay, this is where we come from. Actually, we came from somewhere, but they don't want us to know that is actually where your birthplace is. Yeah. So we imagine that everybody from Estonia, from Georgia, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, all them places from different places, they can tell you. This Tang dynasty, and they are allowed to do that. And the thing is, the preaching in the Christian church and the Muslim mosque is the way of culture. Yeah. That's not like now. First person now. Yeah, you know.
All right, well.
The teaching in the Muslim mosque, the Islam is how we are high and respect the body and all of that, right? But the Afghanistans and them and the Iraqis and the Iranians and them, they could have a place. They could have some protection. You know what I mean? They could have programs to really and truly ensure that the people are taken care of. But when it comes to us, why is nobody on the planet does not like to see us living in peace? Why is it that they happy with all the resources that they control? Why is it still happy by all the minds? Why is that alone can make what happens? You don't have the understanding systems in place to pass none of these things. I'm sure we'll keep on coming because they don't want us to talk the things, to talk the truth. In the Israelite school and universal practical knowledge, they go by the truth. They point like that Paris because everybody else in the house are lies. Christ in the Son tell them the day in Revelation 2 and 9 says, these people and them, they follow is the house, the synagogue of Satan, the house of deception. They are influenced everywhere. You paint the image of Christ, Bible say he black, you paint them white. You say understand that the Jews are them black, you want to paint them all in a different color, they just go out of existence. And one people that's not them people on the face of the planet looking to do anything right, anything strong, anything dignified, it is a problem. We have to look at it because, as they say, success needs clues or history now needs clues because of this. You have a problem with these people and then Black Hispanics and Native Indians. Look at how hard Latino Americans be working in California and picking out pineapple and sugar for peanuts for nothing. They can't do that in peace. Your people know you're hiding the fire, they are kept in fire because your people are coming up. Your people know, the oppressor people, so-called white man, the people know they love this. Pedophilia and PDF and essays. Well, they're well known for this, but they want to put it on somebody else. Today's watching a video, a woman, they went up and they don't know people. But maybe on the American somebody will be some school teachers and who will be part of the whole team of them. Right? They're going to get some somebody who want to get in touch with us, doesn't look in the shit, they don't go and we get about some kiss it over in our house. You pay this stuff for $4 to go and take a sleep. Who going to be the dog? Yes. Well, you try to prove that. He's part of it. You say you can't control it, have a man in the house. You want to control it, you have your man. What's the problem? You feel it, you have to scratch in you have somebody to go and do it. But now you must touch a child. You must do something, and it's not evil on the face of the planet. You just can't ask people to do something. Yes, you can get up to publish something. Really, my actual
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Have we not all one Father? All right. Oh, Salakia, that is Malachi. Yeah, Salakia, that's the book one. Right, yeah, Micah, right. Salakia, the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
To belong and try to survive and strive and all of that. You let you know that this year in Deuteronomy 28, you don't break it down, you know, hey, 1 to 15, when you follow me, this is what this happened. I know I need to defend you. It's not like, you know, you can take a gamble, take a goal out. This is not Las Vegas. It's not the place the world know that is set. The Lord made you to understand your God. The imperative that you follow it is I telling you. Because I know, left to them own devices, I born. And know what in the heart of these men, and know what in the mind, and know what in the nature, and know what they love to do. Right? When they get a chance to make it again, but we shall go.
Proverbs 4 and 16.
All right. When that's again, yeah. So just as we just talk about all the time to the ISUPK and the brothers and down here, Trinidad, Jamaica, nobody places, we understand, we get to understand time and day. Because all of we understand, at one time they believe that we had some type of different, because some option. In any case, you know what I mean?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
You understand? We did that great Bible Bishop.
Can one can?
Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief.
Fall right in. So they don't sleep. They can't rest. They will be restless souls unless they do some sort of mischief. There is not somebody that have logic, that have a fully functional brain. It is an undeveloped brain, and on top of that, it is hell bent on doing mischief. That is how it is breed. That is part of the nature. And we must accept it for what it is, not what we like it to be, what we hope it to be and all that. That's not how God is operating. He letting us know that your oppressor, your born enemy. Because from birth, as soon as Jacob and Esau was born, the Lord telling me from Genesis 25, look at how they're going to operate. You understand? The elder shall hate the younger, basically. Yeah, that's how man did. How he born. From he born, that's how he stayed. Blacks and Spanish and independence is very critical that you wash the life of your brain and call it for what it is. There is nothing. Right? Don't matter what it may seem like, there's nothing. Wait out. Wait out for it. Why did they take a game? The same thing they get, they take it back in the same minute. Don't feel they're going to get to enjoy it. Because one time I'm being in Judas. As soon as Judas understand taking back a coin, you're sick one time. And you're one. When you want to try and make a so-called amends, so you're guilty as hell. When you try to do that now and you go back by the first step, they take it back that money by you. You mad or? You know, hey boy, I messed up. Same thing. So my math teacher class the other day we talk about, right? Like only the men and the 11 in the school, right? The most seasoned men. I went through all kind of things that people rely on. We try to do all manner of things. Same thing as do, you understand? But that's right there. Take Trinidad, Tobago, you understand? Jamaica, Grenada, St. Vincent, all of that. We are accustomed to that. They do it every day. They do it. They're like, you know, hey, look how they're pushing this thing. They're pushing it away. Right? They don't sleep until they do a mission. That's why they live in the problem. They pets them in cockroach and all that. But they're not bringing in the problem. They're not bringing in things that really cause the problem. But when you look at it, where is the preventative measures? Where is the prison supposed to be a place that is fixed, that's changed people? It's supposed to be away from it again. But that one name for it. We call it like we have supposed to be a prison reform system. So it's supposed to bring out the best in you. Because now you're restricted. But that's not what for. You see the judge making money because the judge corrupt. Look at them some long time before they was forced in some shape or form to give, you understand, black people some kind of hearing. They never used to listen to him like that. All in the 60s, right? In the 50s, just the other day. As the so-called white man say something, because they put together, and all of them the racist. As soon as he say something that he don't know defend them. He not going to bring no case, nothing like that. And then the people in them, the same politician in them, who believe in our rhetoric that garbage and lie is the same spirit. disgusting, filthy, disgusting spirit. Now, I think Proverbs 6:6, the Lord said, these things I hate, it's abomination. You understand? Men are so in the sport that we call it, they're trying to charm man in some kind of foolishness, something about garbage. When there is the problem, you serve it and creating them avenues for problems. When it comes to solution, you never have. Like the system, never have a reform system. But everything in the sense that come and try to bring back now is steady and years upon years passing. But we now looking for something different from them. That is the lie so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child. Look at it, you have to look at the track record for yourself. Who like this, and tell yourself something different, I can survive. You don't have no survival here. Survival by grace and mercy, the most I just to recognize what really taking place. Look when they catching that apple down, that when the Lord telling you, hey, he telling the disciples of Christ, which is in the sense the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian man. He letting you know, letting you know, God letting you know something. As long as you're in stagnation under this bondage, under these people, and then because all they have to see what taking place, just like a spoiled child. They get things before they don't appreciate it, it wouldn't go the same way. So the Lord letting you know just how Satan has come and asked the Most High for the opportunity to come and touch you and all of that, and they want to say, you take your life. But you're making it to understand something. When I take my hand off all of it, all of listen to what I tell them. But let us see what really taking place out here. Here's what: do not go in a place in a sense where the so-called person that have the opportunity to kill you, in a sense to unalive you, because blood is nothing to eat. We might score, we might see some guts coming fall out of somebody and all that, and we might say, oh, hey. You know that incident? That's something called buck fever. They see that?
Can.
Their hands swift, quick to shed blood, G. Nothing to them. Even our wall, people outside, David. But still, you understand, go to something, unless it's the absolute enemy, because we know God love. We Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians short to the core. That is why when the son was on alive and this man from my neighborhood not understanding what is the real problem. But because I love for that brother, for that sister who ever lived on alive, they know by now, I can't go unanswered. But you know what going unanswered though? The so-called system. The trap going unanswered. Who's supposed to get help for that? The Christian church. The Muslim us. They're supposed to be saying, we're not advocating, we're not telling nobody. You understand that one who will level and move on a bridge and all that. That's saying that. What the Lord said, it's going to be my chapter 2 and 10, and then we go only for look at that as well. Go ahead, publish.
Yeah, come on.
Yes, so the end of the two, you know, come on. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's what the Lord said, arise and depart. Not trying to think, but now we see vengeance is mine. For people who give up on the Bible because they believe that people who hold in the Bible lying, which they are. But the Bible is true. When you open the Bible, you see, you understand, the records of black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man records, right? That's on point. You know, lies and control it. Lies and control your resources. Lies and control your laws. Lies and control your food system. Lies and control your medical and your health system. That is why that problem, other than living in this world. How come you could have less money in Indonesia and Bangkok and all the different places and you're getting a good quality healthcare system? Look at the born research. Look at the CPI. If you just talking about it last night. So when you watch it from here, so hey, when I watch it in America, 7,000 some here, 5,000 in Indonesia. Same thing. Although talk about alternative medicine and all that, oh gosh. The doctor trained that, they believe in their mind, and they have the hearts. That hey, this is the only way to fix something. Common sense, no way they absolutely program. You can tell them something, you come like a sorcerer, you trying to analyze people, you trying to have people. When actually that the Lord put them things in place, all the medicine, all the herbs and all that. That was there before tablet came out, like the war really actually like you just come from somewhere, they fall materially they sit down here. Absolute chaos, absolute madness.
Okay.
And that's how very important. You can say that we don't say that again. Even if I got 210 shot.
Can. This is the
You have to drill it up here.
yeah, can. This is the book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted.
Polluted, G. Understand something is not something you feel by. You feel all the hard pushing at you, all the clothing. What you clothing? What you going to cost to start? All your body born. You have no respect again. You're thinking somebody should not understand coming, which they shouldn't. But the message that they make, you should understand, hey, you is not somebody to respect. He's not somebody to dignify. The music they're pushing is not a culture respect. The program they're pushing is not somebody you follow, it's not a touch. Everybody can do what they want. That's not what God said. He's saying, you understand that arise, come out of the system, pull your mind away from it. Because it's polluted, and the last part, it will destroy you with that. Baba Bishop, let me get you.
Come on, can. Continue.
Baba Bishop.
Can. And depart.
Right.
So Lakia. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Say your rest. We don't want Baba Bishop.
Because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Mike.
Can. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
So the Lord making you to understand the time that the day Chigada. Chigachi, understand? This place will, shall, must come to pass, will destroy it. You think it's just though you feel this oppressor playing between joke? The perfect system, selling the liars and the quality high value man. And this and that, and you can be as free as you want, your body, your choice. All the destruction. Cast it away. Carrot in front of your face, donkey. They do something hanging a carrot in front of donkey face. But they know they mash up. They know they whip it out in slavery. So these things that's supposed to be a protection for you, it's not there, non-existent. So you don't know exactly how to operate. That is the market, that is the journey of various places. That one, where's it? It's like checkmate on a chessboard. If you everywhere turn, bam, no problem. That way, you know, the Lord is the only one you follow that you to make for your that. And in fact, you know that we black skin, we Spanish skin, so we the Spanish niggas. Native Indian Negroes. You know that we can't go away. But you know the only thing that will work is you have to understand what is the cause, what is the real root of the problem, and take yourself out of that. My wife is the girl, you feel, you understand, you get Christmas, and you push this thing, you feel that man love. Just the other day in the 1900s, and right now we see in George Floyd, all Sandra Bland. It's unalive in you. Trinidad, you understand, look at this, one movement, squad. That exists everywhere. Everywhere you spoke of white man have an imprint which is everywhere. You water the many waters have this. You know, you feel in some you in some rural area in West Hill. No G. Nobody's smarter than the most high G. And we get to understand that and appreciate it. Yeah. So what happened? But the feel is just so. You cannot sacrifice men to make long age. Or you cannot sacrifice the Lord. You understand? Last valiant, last stand, last watch. He tell me, hey, son of man, be a watchman. Watch and look for people. Or you cannot put men look for we, sister look for we. Thing is one thing, another prayer, and some prayer warrior, no G. They sacrifice the time, resources, everything to ensure that we get an opportunity to see what this is, and we know we need more hands on deck. Because it is an epidemic. the kind of destruction happening on the planet here. The kind of children and human beings that are going missing. This serious amount of numbers. And we thinking we there being some utopia somewhere, thinking that we have a chance against the system. We do not. You have no merger with the system. This is that meat grinder. What you don't see, and understand is your hands getting chopped down, but here go on. The groceries that you're depending on, 90%. It is no joke. 90% of what is in there inside the grocery will destroy you. If not, the Lord will see, you understand? But when you look at the chemical compound, everything that is there inside it is designed to mash up. And here go the same people at the program that don't know head from the two, and they don't know that they don't know. The medical system kill them there, they have the answer. And they're going on strong, but the program, the perfect automation system that is so called why not put in place here. Same thing with the officers and same thing with the police force. But kill them there, they're doing the best that they know, and some people really earnestly trying. But they're in a corrupt system that is designed to mash up. But because they follow it, they want to make sure that these things is not at the forefront of your mind. The school system, all of that, as they say, the school, the prison pipeline. It is not something tailor-made and make sure that the like on the Lord say. He is telling men above us to look and things and that the Lord gives and put in the men and pull that from them. Use it as a strength to really affect change and make things really happen. Yeah. That's not how the culture working. He don't care enough more that. That is not a human being, that is a beast. Everything that you can feel and you can experience as good and feel good. Look at what I'm doing. Love narcotics. Love it, absolutely love it. There ain't nothing good. There ain't nothing good to go into your body. And look at it promoted on all the TV shows. Look at everything on Netflix now. On YouTube and everywhere. Look at the pushing on children. I'm telling you feel PDF does no rights. You alone want to experience love. Love is love. According to them, they know love. The Lord saying, following the commandments is love. They feel how they feel. Whatever the hell given them, you understand a feeling. Then, we don't want to know you, but then that was not added up. How the hell are animal? And a human, anatomy, you understand, matching up much less for a child, and it's absolute craziness. You need a reset button press because your body factory not working, not fully functional. These people, they corrupt. The pillars that the Lord said are right in the path, but it's not terrorist because it's polluted, the place corrupted. Here, why? You know why people do this? Why they're so staunch and hardcoreness and doing these things? If your man doesn't want to lie down about a girl somewhere, drinking something somewhere nice, but we know the place polluted, so we can't rest the way we like to. Because this is now rest. We understand how critical the mission is. Your pastor don't want to put you on the no type of game. That soulless beast don't care. That spineless bastard. He don't know what he look like. And the sad part about it, the majority of people thinking that man will follow it because he have a Bible in his hand. And kill you and force it to the lie because he making sure you get away things. When you don't hold it to no standard, yes, you want to hear that. Because all the witness want to tap into all the witness, the we call it the oppressor, make sure you understand that he beaten to me exactly what he letting us to flow through. He know he tapping into a weakest nature, not the strongest. That's why a lot of people have made their New Year's resolution thing, go to the gym and then they just fall back. Because they know the place that is not training to be weak and to run from the things that will really help you. Sad, really, really sad. And they want to fight. They have to fight out. But if you're not fighting, then you're not making no steps towards that. And that's exactly what happens. There's no other way. They can't worship to be no other way. You're grateful for men, you understand? You're game. But we shall slap you. That's what you wash your nerve. Well done, full.
Yeah,
yes. Appreciate it.
Right, that's it. Come. All right, so I just continuing from the trend of the topic that the officer Tazo was bringing out a minute ago, right? Talking about the so-called black man, the native Indian, and the Hispanic man. All right, talking about the oppressor, talking about the so-called white man. All right, I'm gonna jump to our script here. Before you come back, I think I'm gonna get Deuteronomy 28 and 50. All right, so this scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 50. All right, it's talking about the so-called white man, the oppressor. All right, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of old, nor shew favor to the young. So this is talking about our oppressor, the so-called white man, right? The deceiver in the scriptures. It is showing us the characteristics of this nation of people, this bloodline of people. The scriptures are saying that they're going to have a fierce countenance, a countenance of hatred, a countenance of war, a countenance that is against the Most High. All right? Which shall not regard the persons of old, nor show favor to the young. And this passage of scripture here is showing us where we could look into history, and we're going to see that this consistently lines up with our oppressor, right? The one that we speak about in the ISUPK under Commandant General Yahana, where we must separate from this bloodline, this nation of people, because this bloodline, this nation of people carries a spirit and a character or characteristics that we don't want to pick up as a body of people, because they will show no mercy to the old, neither the young. We see when we was captured, when we sinned against the Most High and brought across to the western side of the world on slave ships, that the so-called white man showed us no mercy. All right? You know, in the scriptures, they say the greatest quality of our Father, the Most High power, is mercy. He showed us no mercy. All right? From our coming here in captivity till this day. We were never shown mercy by our oppressor. We were never shown mercy by the so-called white man. We were brought into captivity. We was murdered along the way, whipped along the way, raped along the way. And these are things that even we, our foreparents, have seen along that journey, that over time, we started picking these qualities up, right? That is how Christ had to come and say, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Because now the so-called white man, through Christianity and white supremacy, was able to make us pick up his spirit, right? As you know, in the ISUPK, we teach when we now came in the truth in the earlies, Captain Mashak was talking about the Christmas spirit of Jeremiah Hyman, the Christmas spirit, right? Where you wear the Christmas hat, you wear the Christmas clothes, you play the Christmas carols, the things that is pertaining or that are going to bring the vibe or the spirit of Christmas out. This is what we started picking up through Christianity, the white spirit. We started picking up white supremacy. We started picking up white culture. And that's what I was bringing out a while ago. This is what we were seeing from the Epstein Island. The Epstein Island was more or less the so-called oppressor encapsulated into a smaller image so that you can look and see what this bloodline or this nation of people is really about, right? Rape, child molestation, murder, and so forth, because they have, you telling me you have all the power in the world, right? You have billions of dollars, you have resources, you have education, And with all these resources, the greatest thing that these billionaires were able to put together was Epstein Island. Because besides Epstein Island, right, being so evil, right, what other work could the white man show the world that he has brought forth on the earth that will be able to help any people at all, any group of people, much less blacks, native Indians, and Hispanics? He have done nothing to make this earth go forward, to make it go upright, to increase the morality and the standard of the Most High Power, right? That is why in the book of Job it said that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, because that is the rulership that we are under. And the white man looking at himself now should feel ashamed, because there is no foundation of uprightness that ever spring out from our oppression, our oppressor. This is why the Lord requires us to separate from him and come back to our culture, which consists of the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Most High Power. Right? This is what the Most High required of us. Right? Salak, yes. Right? Yeah. Yep. Salak. Yeah. All right. I'm going to put you on back to the teacher. Salak. Yeah, come on.
Correct.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.
Right, as I say, and somebody officer was telling me exactly. We're talking about the Epstein Island, right?
Come on.
And they say, and that is exactly what you do, what we choose to do. And they show you that, in other words, like the people that want to go to Disney World and all that, we want to go. And then, because the leaders, that showing them should be what the leaders of these people choose to do, what they love the most. People want to go to Disney Island and Six Flags and all that. You know where they want to go? You know what? Bill Clinton and Bill Gates and what do they want to go? They want to go to Disney Island. Have a fun time. These people and them, these beasts and them, don't think. They don't think. That mind is corrupt. That mind needs a reset. They need to come back and get fresh. That is absolute madness, yo. Give me the same for before 116.
Come on, can't. Verse chapter 4 and verse 6.
Yeah. Because I mean, yo, come on. And the thing is, yo, what we know, they just smile and look in your face and they must feel like something. But the worst thing inside that mind, that unthinkable. And that's why the Lord let us know, come out of this place. Because they will get kept as they say with their pants up. But you're not looking for it that way. They look at the decorate only Christian church and all of that for all them different nasty pagan things and carnival is the greatest show on earth. Watch it. Customer colorful, but you're not seeing the naked girl. But you're not seeing, you understand? You're not seeing that. You really the emperor's in clothes. You're walking around thinking you have a fresh kit. Yeah, your body part exposed here. Let somebody really want people whining about what you're looking for. Let me ask you something about teeth. You understand? See a place like sin. The red shoes are red body you feel. You really pass that shit. You look at that graph, everything you get, what? That's how disgusting your person is. And we are asking for the love of God. That's how trade poisonous. That's why the alcohol is not inside it. The intoxication, but your mind cannot perceive what is to do and what not to do. That's how dread that justice. That's when you more than them talk. Solomon and the son of God, put the wisdom in the don't drink and forget the Lord. Don't drink and get drunk. Because that will happen. Yeah, organize. If you don't have a moral background and some fiber and some real common sense inside it, well, if you don't and your head nice, but then you go over there, now your head nice, now you don't want no control over it. That demon will ride here and laugh. That's what the demons do. But the demon, I'm not sure, I'm staggering. Look at that. You imagine that, you walk in a staggering, that's nothing. But all of a sudden, you can reach inside, they cast it down to the lead, they shut everything like that. That is a demon, G. And you have that time. That is exactly what inside your person. That's why they go to Epstein Island. But what? So why did Donald Trump or you running and you don't know you don't want to attack them inside the same fire. You want to have all kind of dependency and do all over the place. But things they really smart, you don't want to. The demons run these men and them. The spirit of Satan inside them for them. She don't know what to do. See, that is the adversary, you understand? He's supposed to do things, he's supposed to tell people to do their strictness. You're not supposed to give in. You was not created for that. That will happen when Adam decided not to do what the Lord said again. So that the world will see these things as not to do. But now the things not to do become the accepted things. He turned evil and accepted good, and then people call it evil good and good evil. Watch it. What? Whatever one day, you know, weird thing is that you find a way that money the part exposed. You find a way that you can sit down and you can see your crutches. You find a way that a man can talk to a man's wife. You find things weird. You find a way that a man can have a family. A family, a man and a man can have a family. Like, anything that make a family. Well, as to see in nature, you're down here to do it. Well, as to see an animal, you understand two animals come together and hatch. Two male animals, two female animals come and hatch. Basic common sense, you refuse to accept that. What's your drunk? What's your high? What's your okay mind? Yo! Food.
And so, like I say, for me, you know, that is so important and every way saying it. Just as how the Lord prophesied to us that we will have yokes of iron around the neck until we be destroyed.
Yeah.
So, you know, as we have these, we was in bondage before, in captivity, right? We under the direct oppression. We were still aware of who we was. We still had a fight in we.
Yeah.
We still was trying to separate from the oppressor. But now, as the scriptures prophesy, when these yokes are removed, now we tell ourselves that we're free. But according to God, we're not free, we're destroyed. So now we do have we culture, we do have we identity, and we're walking about now enslaved and in Christianity, believing that we are free men, which is the greatest prison. You're walking around as a trapped person, believing that you're free. Yeah? Can cancel like yeah.
When you say this, for you to say that's super heavy. And you know, you start thinking about it, that is going to fly from majority of people. You ain't free. You're not free. You're free to vote. All of that is your prison. All of your prison system. This is prison sentence. For real, G. You thinking that's freedom, man. You know what diabolical is? And your person sit down laughing. That's destructive, man. The upset not something that you're so man. You're saying you have to understand the real ways of your person. Your person does not see things and understand things that are regular. He's not a regular person. He will break off the limbs of you. He will shoot you and bite you, like actually bite you, like no, bite you to do you something. And that same thing, the same thing that you're trying to bite up and do something, you trying to do something to save you from yourself. But that's how desperate he is to do evil. That is the thing. And that is how people have to really get it, accept the truth here. Like come out of the sleep, come out of the deep sleep. Come out of the prison house, come out of the jail house, stop your jail, stop it. So we just see what is happening in prison. God forbid you end up inside for any reason that we pass through. It is not known, it's and out here, like it bursts. Because they're not seeing the condition. The condition not in front of your face, they can't really see it for what it is.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause someone to fall.
What did they like in is the thing, I would not say in Proverbs, I think somewhere else in Proverbs too. When they dig a hole for somebody else, you understand? You go for that thing. They don't understand that hole is not to walk in. We don't walk in hole. Hole is the very thing. Hole is not, you understand, for people that you don't, I just stop making it. Meaning you follow when you destroy the system, when you destroy the earth, you destroy the planet, you destroy the education system, you destroy healthcare, you damn will fall and you will suffer from it too. You idiot, you jack. And that's what these dumb does not see. Again, the mind is messed up, it's effed up. So you cannot perceive. You think you're doing somebody something, and that don't work, dumb. That's why what you're planting in your finger will spring up. The forces are retarded. But your heart is stupid and goatish. The person knows, he knows, understand that he loves them, so that's stupid silly games. You know, hey, we're going to get punished anyway. Follow. In fact, he can't see that. That's why he just do that to that extent. He just needs to run on autopilot doing rubbish, doing garbage. It is somebody that needs to be caged. It is somebody that's not supposed to be free, understand, or running out with any type of influence and power and all that. And that is the man you're trying to suck up to and one mercy from. He don't sleep. He can't rest without doing mischief. Unless he dig a hole for somebody. I mean, enlightened. Lord said, Jacob, I don't father, black man, they live in that father. You're paying man more than tens.
No, I can't.
See about the business. But that next man, you open everybody else's business. All of that. Yeah. Say now, that's simple as the fix. But you want to be in your business and the shit our moves and all that. But that thing to fix. That thing to sort out. That things to be on top of. And what is said, the greatest power, the greatest function on earth. And when you really check it, it's because you're abusing sleep. You're abusing black transparency and they live in there. And the other nation, they're afraid. They fear they can't taste it because they know what you really give. Because they share that. So they say, oh, God, big force is coward. All them bad together. Same thing like we used to say. People say, well, how come that all them same on the plantation in the area? They can bust your person through. All the nations together, watch them, then they pray them. But the Lord put some that from the most side. Most side makes it the most dangerous thing in the planet. Nobody knows. You understand? But people know that don't touch you too much. Yeah, they don't take bully, but they don't come up together and say they will watch your he by. No. Because they know you're God. When he back up in that corner, he don't care what to take. And what happen to nobody. You know, you don't know that. You will press them buttons and everybody gets shot. So now you're very smart. That's why you understand who is the most beautiful thing the Lord has done. Black Spanish and Indian. We are the only one that in belly can go against man. We don't have no power. The power is coming together. But the Lord says, understand, and the redemption, but we don't have power like economic might and military might and all that. But here one, we're not going for what he's saying. We don't concern what he's saying. We are always the smallest nation. It's always the underdog. We don't love we, understand, and still we don't fear it. We don't care about it. What you want to do and say, and we don't care about that. We understand, and there's still people and the same weakest people and so despise people that they can never believe that God loved them. That God looked like them. That Christ looked like them. They understand, they still understand, want to take all their ideas and all that passion and all that. You're still, and there's nothing, why don't you leave them the hell alone? But now, they're so great. Which means you're a liar. That's what the Bible says. You're freaking deceiver from the beginning. And all them Christian pastors, all them leaders, them follow the same thing. A pack of weakling, waste man. So that you media, when you play bad, they're chewing on teeth. And they're not bad. From no way. Not done. Follow what God said. Everything God said to do, there's work. Year after year, minute after minute, hour after hour. Now, you know something. I was not saying this deception, and yeah, that's as full of deceiving oneself. Sitting in prayer, and you something. You could do anybody anything. Very tired, buddy. But the school I learned. I can't say, learn something, put something in your brain.
Come on.
You're a big fool. I don't know what people know.
When I
love a little structure, but I love that. I don't want surprise. Girl, like you know, love woman, some of them have the same traits. They come up here. They love that. Some for my abuse, you don't love abuse. Like people who really abuse and them kind of thing, and then they start to love it. Some of the saddest things I see, and then just show, I know something to show it. That girl we see going up, thing, or somebody mentioned back against bam, and them girl begging, they misbehaving, you understand, and they get on real back, the matter lash them because they play. Like love, I want love look like. Your parents then put me somebody that like the slave master. General, come on, General, and be talking to me and making you know, hey, certain things, make sure my people understand these. We don't promote the abuse thing here, right? I know we have better ways, hey, my nephew are enough respect because, hey, we don't be taking a lashing me and abusing me. But when we say that, I want more because we want the best friend. I need to have to understand that. When we sit there, we go them out of the pocket, they don't have that, nobody. And what we say in the state is always good. So we're rocking with them. It's not because we be real intelligent. We be real intelligent what the Lord said to do. That's what we do, and we choose that because we see that better with that. I know the hell only know that. And we have to make sure more people know this. Because all it feeling big time. Playing like doing something, yo. Stop it. Stop yourself that dumb. But all them Christian pastor and all them imam and them. Yeah. What pride? Pride coming before a fall, but you don't know what to do. The Lord said, to hate, to understand this. And that is pride. To hate the evil way and all of that, you follow? That is what is wisdom. That is what meekness look like. When you refuse to do what God said, because it makes you understand what the Lord is really talking about. That is what brothers are supposed to do. And what father figures and fathers are supposed to do. I won't be supposed, but they cut me off from that. So these things, and then the fathers passing away as much as they could. Right? When we put to the fathers that who make we. But we know that coming through this corrupt system, they'll get corruption. So because they have mercy and the most I know, they're not going to make the whole world feel like they're something. I'm going to use the same on the dog. The same people let beat and whip and enslave and abuse. I'm going to make them the top. You understand? The people in the crop. The best amount of the ghetto. Who you understand? They get a chance to really actually put all in that disgusting fingers up inside out. Yeah, that was a real protection. Okay, you don't love that. You like the thing and all the so-called niceness. But all it is doctrine and vile. These people who love the understand the so-called white man system and all that, when they watch on the behavior. When they pick all that something, all of them wastes. Once the doctrine and all that, and nothing in all their head. No solution to the people. Okay. Majority of them like that. Waste of time and kill them there.
Yeah, come on. When they're watching even the East Indians and all position themselves right wrong, like watch all the East Indians them keep spreading to Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
Right? The ruling in Trinidad.
Yeah.
They're running things in Jamaica,
Guyana. Yeah.
right? The up and is like vice president. Well, one of them was trying to go for vice president. That was Kamala Harris. The next one was the head of the defense force.
Right.
You understand? So they're spreading the arms.
Yes.
You know, to get that power.
Correct.
From under the white man now to still come and oppress black people.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
And all the nations seeing opportunities to feed and we. Commander General Yana be bringing that out right through on Black Watch.
Correct.
Every day.
Yes.
You seeing them making moves only to oppress black people continually.
You understand? And for the love of Christ, you can understand, you all that for one side your hand. And they only know to do. What the FSA excuse them? You run for all these things up, all of that you want to be in charge of, and when it comes to the, when you have it in your hand, you want to blame the same people you want to oppress. And all you can find to do, the pitch lake, the this, the that, the other. And all you can find to do is just destroy viewers. And we do something. And we is because of the problem. We working hard enough. We supposed to be on an oil and battery and all kind of shit. Really retarded thing that. Let's stop it, boy. Stop it. If you have a half a brain, it's selling in your body, checker. Try to find out, you understand? Really and truly, we just pray that these guys always pray. These things go to the internet, the airways, the cable optic channels, all that. So that the world will get a chance to choose something different. If you have half a brain cell. Tell me both sides, and we're not trying to, we just come out and talk so because we know why we ain't nothing without God. And he that would support the eyes again kiss your boots. But yeah, yes, but you love your people, boy. You love you. All your people, all majority of them do it as hell. But you love them, they are seeking mercy for them, seeking mercy for yourself, for your family, you're trying to make the Lord know here, boy. I see how we go. I see what we do this absolute madness. I see what we come to do. I see all the records showing me that there was never no big, there was never no greatness. Like every time you have forward, I don't look to the office. The only people that went some point forward in the East Indian community is King Cyrus. So you never deal with black people, and some that are kind of nonsense. And you only man, you can only share what you see, and never try to love any rush. But that man are trying to see it. Big ups to he. All them in there, all them is them, all them Chinese, all them white people, and all them African, all them Arab, the true citizens to be kind of black people, big up to all them. You know why? At least only it's celebrating. What you collaborate with like everybody else, blood cheer and all that, maybe some power and all that, and they decide on to do something that makes sense. That's it. All the laws that God makes sense, you have to say this. The laws are the most like common sense shit. Why do you go do what is work? All invention, the same slave, the same forefathers, the same with grandmothers. This the other day, then slave, don't just wrong with them. Well, chattel slave, it wasn't far away, it's still in slavery. We're smart, we're not slave because we don't see that in slavery, we don't see that we change now.
Come on. So like I say, whenever you're ready for the Psalms 83, I have it, right? Last line. Yeah, come on.
It would not say none. So all them, that all these nations say that sit in the UN.
Come. Yeah, oh, so like I said, yeah, come on, cancel. I just said the book of Psalms, chapter 83. And verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Most High, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High Power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken counsel against thy people, but just as when I was reading in the books, just know it. Them that they can move over people, they're not bad. That's not something to do. I know what God is trying to get the men to do. That is why I'm going to punish so dread. Because now you listen to this disgusting idiot, right? Don't Adam didn't listen to him there. He knows more, see more sense than that. But what happened is that The Lord knows that Adam tapped into the weaker nature when he's not supposed to. Nobody is supposed to shift you off your block and make you do something wicked and evil. That is not something that is not sense. It wasn't designed for that. You're supposed to learn see and care enough for Eve. Like what going on? I don't know, they care about the self. That was a selfish move. That would be those. But we understand. Through the grace of God, say the Most High, we get to see that what Adam did there was really a selfish move. Adam didn't care about his feelings because now he know he feels sweet. So you understand what Eve used to give them? She precious parts on them. He was more concerned that he put Eve in that check. And if Eve didn't like it, Eve could have go she married. But I am going against what God said because I know that more important. That's why men like Abraham, Isaac and them, they follow, and Jacob went point at God. Because now they see, hey, even after what Adam do before, Father, you do some shipping, we're going to run for the Most High. We don't know, we get to understand these things is not. That's why the Lord chooses you. When Jacob went, when Esau gave a chance, he decided by F for God give me by I don't care about it. So they give away the try. Now watch it. Psalm 83, you understand? All of them sit down here and come sit, all of them. Watch it. All that, which is all evil thing and plan. Let's fight against one another, walking at different people. Have enough land now. The Lord must ship it. He gave all of the different places. Deuteronomy 32 and 8, I think it say that. He gave all of them the portion, all of that. And he was living to all the time. You see problem? Once that hill unoccupied, once that different things to do, all the prisoners inside the system, nothing going for them. And crying, lying. But they get to use them systems and use working in different avenues to make sure that things for people to do and survive. Making the world within some just say, just shipping it, just dumb thing. But because it don't feel it right in fact, again, so what again, G? I really appreciate it because you want to see when you break down that thing with your pressure, will write up your own hand to try to do something, the structure you cannot evil on him, he does not see it in his own self. He doesn't see he cannot be structure he do it in his own self. So he doesn't operate on that logical kind of sense of operation. Right now? Yeah.
You know? Yeah, come. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thine hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Come and let me cut them off from being a nation. The Lord doesn't consider that every nation they follow, anybody that come against you, I will go against them once you do what you're supposed to do. Right? They did not take into consideration because they believe, because we are from a nation, so we don't know who we is, what we're supposed to be doing, what is pleased the Most High, what is making the Lord defend me. They follow, they take all of that out of total, like God, no, when it's done, like God, they put God in a box somewhere, and they chuck God somewhere, and he had no power. Red over the thing and that, these people are red shepherd and red. You feel, when people speak out of a chunk and all that, they feel, they don't mean like, that wasn't nice to these people are. That's why they vote for him. That's why I understand they love the man. That's players, every beast love it they like. And and birds of a flock together, they come together that way because that's they love, that is the true nature. That is the understanding epitome of white society. Such an unwise people, such a destructive, self-destructive people. Well, beings, important people. But like not a people wouldn't do that. Because they would understand it. Yeah. This is wise, this is too smart, this is too intelligent. This is not something to try. We don't know.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent.
Nobody knows a so-called black man in America is the tribe of Judah, which Christ comes from. The one that is like to put the foot on his neck, George Floyd, and then follow them and alive them. They like to abuse and all that. Yeah, Christ come from there. The King of Kings and Lord of Lords. That's why when he returns, he come and up to the horse's bridle and blood. He will bathe the streets with blood. Because then these Jack donkey them, you understand? These backside of them do not understand. Yeah, that they not tell. What happened? Who God really loved, you understand, and put in place to teach all how to operate and how to exist and all that. The same people them, all them same thing, all them unalive and abusing. Left, right, and center, like no tomorrow. Lord, he come in vengeance, sure. And when the Lord say vengeance is mine, I need, you understand, to show the whole earth to behave themselves. I need to put them in the place real proper. Real poor, you understand? God is God, and they say, hey, Exodus 15, the Lord is a man of war. Lord is in them feel like a war. The Lord is destroy, you understand, in ways that people cannot think of. You understand, you can sit down in a chair right now and think going up to your nostril and suddenly this member your body parts from a molecular level, your atoms and how you're shaking. My Lord can have you alive for years and torture and pain to your body. I cannot think what to do you and how you're there and you know to talk when you must freeze up and it's sheer pain. And that's what we know about. We don't know about
Come. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
All of them consulted together. Every other nation, so-called East Indian, so-called white man, so-called Japanese, so-called Chinese, Arabs, we call it Africans. All of them sit on the UN together. There's no nation follow, there's no representation, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian. They just pop up. Like William Chica, they put in a walking and baby. I just put in 1600s. Before that now, they're talking about nobody, no apology from them. They refuse to acknowledge the wickedness they do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they get hided. Like, what you talk about that? I don't know something to talk about. If you're ashamed to even go through that, shame and care. Shame, the pride, once that first pride, you know, it's just one bag of trail marks full of garbage. What do you do? The ones that shipness. That this is what Black Hispanic Native Indian man, when a child will come out that I would not say polluted. Like you try to walk through them movie they see them and then they call them chemical planting and all kind of different something. Like you try to walk through the eye, it makes it suspended, all kind of disease, all kind of pain, all kind of frustration, all kind of mental trauma and troubles.
Oh God.
That we understand exists as the Lord hand and foot and mouth, that will be out of this hell, out of these conditions, out of this madness. And there's an uphill battle. But you know God, it's not like you would survive, so they have no reason to fear. Death and all in the sun is not something to fear. Coming back to what is work is not coming up to what is work, it should be your biggest fear. And your only fear to be honest. Not following what template, it should be your only and biggest fear. Everything else, trust and belief does not add up because there's no way that on a normal, if you can call here normal, playing field that this is a place that exists. That would Lord say in him follow that day, you have trauma, you have troubles and fear, day and night for your life in Deuteronomy 20. Hold on back, we should see if we can find that answer for the meaning. Right? But you can see on the something. So where am I? But that Deuteronomy 20, you know, that's what's going on when you come out of Cuba, you walk in Cuba, you come off the drugs, come off the high, and the destruction, you know, understand, hey boy, yeah boy, let us fear for your life. Just scared on, hey, not here boy. It's not a nice place here. This the hell. You will look for some place on the earth. What's this man is a stinking disgusting life? Not saying hell, you understand? We call it death is where hell is where the decisions in terms of where men get judged and punished on the earth. Here, nothing on the place, no, the ground, not know. So there's a story called Darkness and Food. I did not like it. This is the program that they more soul as possible. And here's some somebody about the day. That's they say follow that really actually what the scripture said. Or we see another max proper. That they can know this tell somebody else. More we can come out and the bubble, come out and all this madness. But no, you know this year, why all right. You know, people come out and stop time, and Christ. Because you know what, which father does not want to abuse and alive the children, especially follow when really actually don't have much of a chance. This is the only chance to get in here. And here this is the follow and really actually can move around and touch base with people and they really get a much real fighting chance. So I don't know soul, but the plan they follow, especially when you don't have one step on this degree, don't want to come out of here. If maybe the right of understanding what the opportunity look like. I don't know. Once the brain, you understand, fully formed part, at least operational, yeah, you'll catch it. You can't hide it. It is obvious. It is clear to the eye, to the ears that can hear. You guys see that and the beginning, that's how dread it is. When we come in here, we didn't really fully understand what the Lord is saying. The Bible right there, written there, but because of the witchcraft or the Christian church and all that, men can really conceptualize what Christ is saying. When we have eyes to see and ears to hear, mean. Because now you all know, so the fog in your head. Imagine you hear it for the first time. You know, what I don't know. And foggy. You cannot put two and two together that you live in a place that just in a sun on the jet, just on destruction, just on utter innocent chaos. And keep you there like that streets are made straight and all that. And you thinking that this is some kind of society. No, yo. It's perfect that trap. If you could say that who is staying in a certain office, a prison that you don't know in. You understand a war that they don't know that they in. And you understand that preachers and they're pushing this thing. They are not supposed to be, you understand, the mouth of God. What you got to
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. I'll read from verse 65. And among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
You see them same nations that you read in Deuteronomy, Psalm 88 and 83.
Okay.
And then it now breaking down among these same people and that you think, man is different. Now, we're not saying that there are some people that don't like to use the brain, but it's very few in number. The reason why, because the society we run in this evil, this custom, destructive society is up and in full swing, in full movement. So we know that majority of them is appealing to the base lust, the animal instinct. Among them, we don't even talk about Bishop.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 65. And among these nations,
and among these same nations, among these same races, nations mean races. When you look it up, what the definition of nations is not whereas, although yes, we are scattered among different locations, which is called nations today, but the real context of it is among these people, among these races, you will not find
no ease.
No ease. So we're looking for come up and we're looking for this and we're looking for that. I come out, I can breathe. Nobody, no G. That is why you find it's attacking. We don't see that because that's how dread it is. So when the basketball player thinking that they have this so-called snow bunny, it's the best thing that he can ever find. And give him so much peace and all that that is a serious cancer for him. But that when he lost not to marry them. Because they will put you in such a devastating place. Now you don't even have a mouth to speak up here, but you're not, you understand, because you're looking for you big and strong. Athletic, you understand, build, slam dunk, you can jump over walls, over tall, very like Superman. And you don't have no say, no power, they crumble you from inside. Because you understand, they affect your very nature. You understand? So you're polluted, you're poisoned, you're weakened. So you can't do nothing, you understand, that you're supposed to be doing. That's supposed to be, understand, there's another form of be an all-in plantation, and you're supposed to be working towards getting your people out of this, that you can have the say in terms of what is taking place on here. No, you understand? Hey, boy, get shoot. Happy to have been done, and so on your person, your enemy knows, you understand? Hey, yeah. It's exactly how it is happening. Really see. On top of that, you understand, you depend on them to pay a premium for them to the show. They're pouring out every which way. And on top of that, as you got out saying earlier, you don't even know that you're missing. You don't even know, you understand, that inside your blood, get injected, you understand, with all manner of destruction. Inside your mind, plague, sorrow, you understand, you know something right by. Plenty of you understand that cannot. Now you feel that you cannot, it's not a choice. They didn't give you a choice. They box in good and papa. And you know you're not putting them out there because they'll boss. They'll get rid of you. And you understand, they make sure you're comfortable enough to know you're hooked. So use what you worse in a worse position than some other people in that on the streets as addicts, the drugs, because you're worse. Guys are real torment.
Come.
Like a serious torment. That's something I really feel sorry for, man. But that is why that's the mercy most that the Lord extended to me. That's why I say I return to my place until they acknowledge you. Until you can acknowledge that all this madness here is not to do. Look at all that LGBT for when that time come in, one promoted is no longer a choice. You pay the slave master, your boss. Your boss say promote LGBTQ. Your boss say promote Thanksgiving. Right. Your boss say promote Christmas.
Right.
Your boss say promote birthday. Your boss say promote carnival. Your boss say that push him out and go. And then I demand about 1/4 your size. That is when you follow, you're not following your boss. You don't have protection. And here's the destructive part too. You might find it all over the place, but we piece and all them things together. That's why you make sure in 783 that you cut them off from being a nation. So you don't even think that you have somebody to protect you. You didn't know that Christ looked like you. And you see loving pastor. You love when you touch it because you know the covers will get full. You know you can go and pay for some kind of a child or some woman to abuse. Men that pay for prostitutes and abusers. They've been abused before, but you're looking for somebody to pray on. Somebody that weak, somebody that can't defend themselves. You're supposed to defend them. A man is supposed to defend the brothers and sisters. Sisters are supposed to defend the brothers and sisters. Protect you physically, emotionally, spiritually, because you're supposed to know, hey, that is me. Why one of the main things we learn inside here when you come in. Remember that? That gentleman was telling me, hey, that you're supposed to look at that brother and see Christ. Look at you like yourself. So my brothers say, understand, we just protect each other's reputation. One of the key markers of real love, you understand, is protecting your brother and sister reputation, protect their body. You understand? You see, don't play with the daughters, and I want the men I look up to. Because they understand Jonathan point to men that don't understand what you're supposed to be on. This is supposed to be a normal thing. You protect them. They need protection, and that's what they'll know. They grew up knowing this. Your boss and them not protecting you, basketball player, Michael Jordan, you understand, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, they're not protecting you all here. They have false love. There's a book called $1 Million Stay. I think I went to the Amazon. You're supposed to be perfect slave. Because when you're perpetuating the same thing in the rap world, in Hollywood, you're perpetuating their perfect cycle. You weaken them, now you're destroying them systematically. By what you're supposed to eat, how you're supposed to wear, you're supposed to wear, you understand? How you're supposed to wear a beard and everything, you're supposed to cut off your beard, tie your beard. There's a ball here now looking at different, all them things, and then the Lord said not to do when we leave Egypt. After the ways that they oppress us, you're supposed to hold our standard things to protect your spirit. Ensure, you understand, that they really actually there they are years are defensive people of them. But they're not doing that with their people. That's why you understand they're abusing children. That's why because 18 telling you not to sleep with the child, not to look at the naked. You're supposed to see the nakedness. You're supposed to be, you understand, absolutely valuable, unprotected, unrespected, undignified, and honorable. Absolutely. And those things are the bare minimum. What we're talking about is supposed to be normal, is the bare minimum God said. You're supposed to know that back in the same way, you respect the laws and land, and you know, red light, green light, green light, and this and that, your soul love it. And you're so wait, a law-abiding citizen. No, he's a lawbreaker. That's why you know the Ethiopian thing, you're on the right back. I'm not promoting that. You're not seeing me. You understand how we're not promoting no freaking synergy. But that is not to do. I'm standing up because I know, but I love you. You can hate me all you want. But I know why I love why I looking up for you, G. So don't feel you're standing around, give me your time to talk about your shitness. Yeah, you understand me? Go come and say, well, boy, we call it. We hate, and now we do some kind of wickedness here. We're not doing that. We will ensure that we hold our standard to lay no, hey, yes, this is what it is. You always have opportunity, and so they come and change their ways, to leave up your destruction, to leave up your self-destructive ways, to leave up the poison. You always have opportunity to do it. These doors exist for that. God, listen, God alone. He has been placed for that. Always have the opportunity. Yeah. Give me the some ministry, but you have to understand some of these people in them, they establish that and make it known. They don't care about your well-being and that. Reason why they don't care about this stuff, but they don't know it. Because all they can see is what they think and what they can feel and touch. Only on us, but that is the structure. No limits, no barriers. Move right there on the road. You don't have left side, don't have right side, no barriers, don't have lines in the ground, lights and all that. Because the structure is madness, there's chaos. They're smashing up and death and aliveness, mass and aliveness. That's how the society created. In a slow form, sometimes fast. That is not no place that Micah 2:10, the Lord said, come out of that because this is not no place arrested by it's polluted. It's destructive and destroy with a soul destruction. God. It's super heavy. Absolutely. We have to really get to the real meat of the matter of the Lord in the sanctuary. You will see, I know. Show me, hey, yeah. But that's our father. William, that's our father. What do you think about it? Now, father, and some of his sons are here. Then some of them outside, and then think how we go. Now, them know. We go make sure, hey, make sure once about that. Don't leave that madness. Although they play mad and do all the shitness and want to how all the body parts and you understand, want to feel like they live in. When they just perpetuate and they own the structure and they own chaos and crying at night and saying and vexing. They know she walking, they know where the place walking and pain in the bank walking all in any high society workplace and then pain casting away or some plague affecting them. Cannot do their drug addicts, can't do without the drug, can't do without the alcohol, can't do without the business, can't do without abuse. Some of them, imagine that. You cannot feel like a woman or can't feel like a body when someone hits you. What kind of madness is this? You go feel free and all the body got exposed. You don't have a shower. And that's the only way you feel like a pull man. Imagine that some sisters only feel that when you pull a man by showing them, giving them a preview. Everybody parts. That's the only way you feel big, man. You have to be crazy. Somebody they take advantage of them and plenty essays, some plenty abuse. Grapes happening in fact. But you split something in a drink and then because of them and then your whole life must. Because if you're getting number one, you're getting number two, number three, number four, something. Euphoria. Until you there, you are banned, you go and pay a band and they came out to the ring, the other food. $10,000 people for ticket and the costume and you get food. Until you there, they will protect you when you get job. And people out there care about you, thinking all that. Imagine that when they going out there, everybody going to one scene. Until then, there's somebody else shifting up the confidence. Everybody there follow us and follow you one thing, follow selfishness. Until you get somebody else going to look for you, one care for you. And you call them, you have to be the dumbest thing. They do around and one way, they're the perfect set of wickedness that they can ever think about. No functional human being. They think about the ways to destroy people. Like, your person cannot sleep. Right? You ever stay in any white society, any skull and bones thing, however, out of chaos, there's some order. He's one of the most stupidest things one ever created. Real energy. Let's thinking about that and behind it. Real.
Come on. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes.
The tabernacles, the houses, or the famous houses, like all the we call it that place. People are maybe see this distribution the short man.
Yeah, come on.
Jagan.
Yeah, I am.
Also, Jagan, we again. Them see that now, right? So, yeah, Lannister, right? So it's like that. So the famous house like Lannister is like the house of Edom is so-called white man. So the great, like just like the Senate and the White House and all of them, right? So the top leaders and them people that sit down on the UN and represent them today. The house of Edom, Moab, and the so-called Chinese and all of them, and then G and all the family and all of them. And the Tang dynasty and descendants of all of them. That is the tabernacles, great houses of these other races. All of them sit down conferred against you. Destroy their own dumbass self. Silver French. So the Lord put we here to be a blessing to the nation. But we watching over them, making sure they do the dumb shit for this they're doing today. The dumb shit. And they're doing today when you left to their own devices. We is the vanguard of the planet. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that have been beaten and abused and destroyed and systematically oppressed. To not come to defend the same place that they are destroying them. They put the cramp on them. They put that cramp on them because they cannot operate with sense. That's what the Lord said. The laws that He put in place will be our wisdom and our understanding, and they will see and say, wait, God. Yeah, but these people don't have a brain. That's what they used to see. Because they don't. You don't hear the
Come on. Wow. Verse 7. Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines were the inhabitants of Tyre.
Right? So all these names that they call in here are biblical people or nations, races. And all in publics like this is on the one Bible dictionary, you see who's like Ammon, we know the Chinese, you understand? Amalek, the so-called white man, like the Jews today. Well, the Jewish man, not the Jews, the Jewish man. It's like blackish, they're black. You understand? Blackish, right? So the Jewish man, Jewish, he just falling after the custom of trying to look like black, or trying to look like the Jews, or the ain't Jew. Ye don't do what the Bible says. That's not what the Jews will do that. Now what you doing? You cannot do that only garbage. Again, if it's not that, you can't do that. You can't be that. You can't be what it is. You don't know, Fisher?
Come. The Philistines, that's not Salak here, verse 7, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek. The Philistines were the inhabitants of Tyre. Asir also is joined with them.
Right, in the sense of the same Titan Island that was critical in our slavery. Those people around us, the area cannot build the boats to send us across the cells in slavery to the so-called white man, because that is a lot of next load of the gospel lie that they like to promote. The African soul African, that is not the case. We don't see no Africans telling no African today. If that is what you start to continue to happen, they would have there's make sure to that, because look at such a Nelson Mandela and apartheid and all that, they rise up against injustices. Every race that know who they are and all that, and if you ask some of them Africans, they will tell you the truth, that they know that we are not the same people. Black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people are not Africans. They will tell you that. They like to promote the lie again, because that's exactly what it is. Epstein file is just understand one of the lines. It's one of the ways that they love, that they church, that they hold fast. That's normal thing. All the deliberate of them, that is what they love to do. All the shipness on the face of the planet, they'll find them doing that. Killing dead is something they wise. It's just because they're incapable, they don't want to be capable, they don't want to learn what to do. That's why they fight the Lord system, which should work and is protecting themselves. All of them do the same thing. The same chalala, the same bacchanal they find themselves in. Their brain is not functional. Think Judas' brain is functional when you do it for Christ. This man, you never see nobody get to in their lifetime walking and killing people and solving people problem and being about it and being about God working really. Your problem is you looking for some shepherd play on the side. You're a freaking idiot. You're absolute dumb. You're fighting against the thing that the most I sent to protect your little black guy. What's your shepherd? You don't know.
Come on. Verse 8. Asir also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. All right. I don't want to read going on here. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin.
The Lord said, hey, do what, David cried to the Most High and said, Lord, in other words, verse 20 said, no, hold back your peace. Be not still, you understand? Deal with them, Papa, because these people are from thousands of years, but they're still doing it today. So the same way they like to say, like, the Israelites no more and all kind of garbage because they don't want to get punished for it. They're doing the same thing they get punished today. They never change. They didn't say, well, we acknowledge that we do madness. They love it. They continue promoting it and pushing it. Same way today. That's why we just don't say, and why we in the Israelites pull a universal factor and just give the universities the one or two out of them that choose to use their brain, that choose to acknowledge the shipness we're doing, and try to make amends for it, try to get God to have mercy upon them, and mercy upon the dumb society that shamefully and so it's such a it's such a unfortunate thing that they come from that. Because out of all them millions and billions of people, one or two of them know what they about. Let me use my brain. This is not to do the people. This is inhumane. This don't make no sense. These people are not making sure that we have clothing. Donald Trump. The Mexicans and they call the personal use as such a disgusting, filthy, unappreciated, low down being it. They are your rich. And you decide to understand the thing. I call them this and that the other night. They're rich over them. They can be appreciated. And probably create a factory and make sure they can eat from it. Because you're making money. You're making a lot of money. You got to press them on top of it. What's you dotish? Trying to tell you. These oppressors and the people who follow them, I don't know. They hate common sense. How are you? Jesus, bread, Lord alone knows. No. Fuck it, your glass? Right? Yeah, I mean, how you can see, Lord, you're getting rich off of it. You can't do the work they do. On top of that, you look at the machine. How dumb again you want to be? How brainless again you can be? We don't know.
Just want to continue on it.
Now I can step up there, you jump down. Give me the job, let me stand for. That the other nations, the same ones of them right now, are doing all the shipness because there's a difference. Everybody's same. Yeah, the Christian pastor love to say that. The imam like to say, I go love everybody and all the shipness and garbage. Those God to talk about knowledge instead. Because when you look at the max, when you treat people and how you see different things working and the look, where there's function, all of that is not adding up. It is that a bogus lie. It's only because people fear, it's not because that's the reality. It's only because of fear and cowardice. If follow on trauma, and people believe in life or side of it, not even believe in it. Saying that, that is very, they don't believe it. They don't believe in that shit. Chinese people don't believe in voting. They don't vote. America, they don't vote. They don't believe in the system. That is a always lie. It's just in the time to run from the things that the healthy dumps. That's why they start doing that. You don't believe it? In no way, this more. But at least they're touching up me. But right now, I running in front like a dummy. Now you're going to be problem. It coming sitting back right around. Sometimes them sell this thing in the chips and allow to ship it out. But because you have enough in the center to eat, I look like a little dummy and I call somewhere for that. Yeah, I'll work with that. At least it ain't in me. Yeah, that's immediate. That's why the Bible talk about the oppressor and weakening nations. Weaken them with all the shipness. In Ireland, the sun is the world. Yeah. I go, I'm trying to show you things that I'm here. Yeah. You're complete idiot. The Lord is trying to pull blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians up to where they can know in the sun half common sense going on the planet like me.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, Bishop. Here's why we know, why we can say these things more peace. So you know what the world and the way it's supposed to. When these people do it, let's see what the other race is supposed to be saying. What they used to say before and why we know this is the only thing that really and truly is solid. That Bible that people love that, but all the deceit people love to say is tampered with and change and all of that. Because they don't understand. You just fear and try to murder and try to analyze what you don't understand. But you didn't take the time or you didn't get the privilege yet to comprehend. That's why you don't understand the follows. You know why? Because it's not on the pathway or in the mix of what solution look like. So now it is fearful, you follow, and it is threatening to you. When it does appear. But if you don't understand it, you're going against it. You're going against it. That's why Christ said, why it's against the pricks. You tell them, man, all that. Why are you going against the thing to save your blood behind them now? Why do this? Why are you going against the grain? What do you have over there? What you can do? What nations look at the condition? Dubai, here, Qatar, you have money. So what are you doing? What the men? That's what the men. That's a big thing. You did it. If it was not problem, if this thing was not shut there, you never try to use them to feel superior. not tripping. You're just walking about that's not affecting you. We are trying to make them feel some type of way to feel secure about yourself. No, it's not self-esteem problem. Is that what it? Work on yourself so that you won't do everything that you're self-destructive fool. If we see there, that will bring behavior.
Can. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live, and go in and possess the land which the most high power of your fathers giveth you. Verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it.
Right there, you the Lord said, your forefathers choose my way. That's who the Lord is speaking about. Esau, read, you understand? Go and look up who Esau is. It's telling you, right? And hear it all over like a garment. Genesis 25:25. And if you're so-called don't believe, you understand, the only book that have all the accuracy that they ever see in history. Go and look up all the scholars and I'm saying you respect the so-called scholars, right? Or men that had some brain, that really had some common sense, that really truly scholars like one of them, and see what the description of these nationalities or races of people are speaking about.
Okay.
So the Lord stay in your one, right? What I give to your forefathers and then, here's what. No, so for black, Hispanic, Native, Indian, woman, and child, do this. Do not add to it. Do not take away anything from it. Reason why the Christian church is failing society, the Muslims is failing society, the politicians are failing society, is because they added to what the Lord said and they taken away from it. The Lord's done away with Easter, Christmas, all of this, failure. You're in the place that you should be able to fix full. She different Presbyterian, Pentecostal, Nazarene, this, that, Catholic, and all of feeling horrible. Every way to manage generally and has influence and have the structure and the ability to put certain things, right? And over time, over the years, all of them have a positive impact on society. All. There's none without it. Once the infrastructure is in place to do what needs to be done over the years, all of them effectively impact the community in a very understand way that nobody could say something. Not a soul. Who the hell is this from Texas? Who dare open up and say that the ISUPK and the Commander General is not the best thing they have in Texas, California, New York, Florida, Mississippi. That's why we here trying to get that same system up and running so that we can be effective as well in our communities.
Okay.
That is the mission. That's the only goal. Because we understand this. We need to have those two again to talk about the mission.
Can. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it.
Child, the Israelites full of universal practical knowledge, does that exactly what the Lord said, because that is what to do. Do not add things, not take away. We don't do that. Because it's perfect as it is. We don't have a mission.
That ye may keep the commandments of the most high power, which that ye may keep the commandments of the most high, your power, which I command you. Verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, the Most High had destroyed them from among you.
The Lord said, you understand, this is what it is. You do what it is I tell you, you will have protection. All the men that do all the pastors and all the imams and all of that, that is why if it doesn't happen right now, you see what happened very long. You see what happened this man, it is a shocking. Not really shocking, but because the system running a program enough to hold them up, that is King Swallow. Still there. At one time, very recent, everybody come out of the place. They do that. I would not, you understand, we would not be surprised if those never paid actors inside it, right?
Yeah.
But all of them, all of your preachers, all the preachers, and then nobody sent them there. Who put a gun to these people here? All of them, they could have choose not to, but they chose to go that route. Nobody's telling you that. You get enticed by state, and it's the same way you get enticed, and you lose them, and then go again, you better red. You're supposed to always bet on black. Christ is black. The Most High is black. Hispanics are black. Native Indians are black. Always bet on black. The Lord said that, hey, because your part, the promise I make you for party, you will always be on the head and not the tail of the committee. Always be on the I make it, the journalist 7 and 6, I make it to be about all nations on the earth. That is the roadmap, the blueprint, everything. So we don't watch nothing. Like, why we don't fear that? Yes, so-called ridicule. We know that our brain is functional. And we have to be patient because our brain one time wasn't functional. All you need is the opportunity to choose or suffer enough to let it know that, hey, this place doesn't care for you. That you're walking amongst the structure you don't know. You're blinded. But we understand how dread the attack is, how big the threat is. We understand. That's why we're doing this, because we know it will work. It will work with us, so we know. That's a trial and prove it. What journal and teacher works.
Come on.
What Christ said works.
Come
What the captain said works.
on.
What the opposition said works. Do what the Lord said works. Hands down. That a dog could move it on against Israel. It works. Work what works. We don't know what we shall.
Verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Most High, your power, are alive, every one of you, this day.
He said, all them that cleave, that hold on to the Most High, hold on strong, keep him saying, then take away from it, they follow, then acting, all of them are alive. This day, G. All of them are alive, all of them in the right mind. This from 19 how long, G? I have to say, 1,000 years, 1,000 years, proven. Nothing is not against it. The Bible says that none shall match our word, none shall be made. Nothing. There doesn't come comparable to what God says. This God is the most high power. There's no other God. There's no other influence. There's no other structure. Nothing. It means nothing. All of it is fall. All of it is fools. Foolish. And the own wickedness is correct them. All of y'all dumb. Are you going to get what? You believe that something? What are the things we just laugh at? We know we're patient now, you understand? We understand now. But we just laugh at sometimes, not all that ridicule for people, but we know the lies that your personality that have like Satan and evil powers. There's some officer me. Satan run out of the world and go on the next time. Shit, understand? After that, everything lies. Man, keep this I want to try that shit in you will not experience speedily. So you're dumb brain, you're drugged up brains, thinking that you know what I mean, you doing something. You could do something. And then the choose to follow it, you just crush everything. Every little thing. They just stand and a short timeline. If they choose to do that, they choose to walk out. So what you tell yourself? Do yourself that. Do that. We don't know what we shall.
Come on. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord by power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land, whether you go to possess it.
Right. See what I don't say there? We did that game about the Shastra. Yeah.
Come on.
Voila.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High, my power, commanded me.
Not the laws that God done away with. Not this acceptable. Command the children to do the same thing that we forefathers Moses do, and all his forefathers them come up the train, come up the line. Nothing different, nothing deviated. Not you have some different understanding. No private interpretation and nothing.
Okay.
Exactly what the Lord said, according to the history context, that is exactly what it is. Now you feel you're right. And here the stark difference. And big up to the Most High and Christ. Come on, and stick it out, keep the ways, watch what happens today. You can't touch a soul, you can't do nothing, you can't do nothing. Crush everything. Look how it happens there. You know, take your tongue out your mouth.
Okay.
Man, you listen, G. Man, you understand, you young fellas, 17, 18 years old, sharp as against soup. Full of the Lord's Spirit. Know that this is what society is supposed to operate on. This is the only thing that will keep a society alive. Well, thriving. This way. Not that way. This way. We don't know this.
Can one can. That ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Can. Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Surely, that baby, sure about that. This great nation, great, let's call it greater. They know, hey, this, when they see how this functioning, I'm sure by all the greatest thing on the planet, yo. I'm sure they, when they own mouth saying that, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people, yo. That is wisdom. That would not say the same verse, it goes before that. This is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations. They will see operators when they say, yeah, boy, spot on, G.
Okay.
This is it. Why you have a shy G? So-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, look through the audio records. See if they ever say that. See. The audio records you can find them. The Gilgamesh effect. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Look at all of them. The Bible says none will meet its mate, yo. None of them ever say that.
Okay.
None of the water war, none of them. None of them. Plenty of them reactive, none of them proactive, but they didn't have a structure, a law, a system to put in place to prevent them from doing the shit that they're doing today. That is why they're doing it. Lord is the only one to put a preventative measure in place to make sure society run afloat and stay right. That's why they doesn't with their own mouth. Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people here. And then making you feel useless than anybody else. That's what God say I make, you understand? You're above all nations on the face of the planet. Because you have what is take, you have to give a system in place to prevent this madness. To ensure the place is locked and right. That is the difference. Sir, anybody wants to add anything before we close up? Anything on that? Anything you want to touch?
Nah, last. Yeah, Musa and Christ. You know what I mean? But bringing out the white man is the devil, the Bible speaker. Yeah, Musa and Christ, man.
And the thing is, we saying that, you understand, as some kind of lie or some kind of thing we try to defame the character. The man is that. The man operation, like, you know, you deceive your own self. There's nothing you ever do good. Nothing. Your people are not going to do nothing right. But these people have never been included as nothing and begin to be lords over us. Or they never known for nothing, Papa, nothing good. Or they didn't get that. We're fighting thing is supposed to be working and agree. That is why big up to me and King Sarah for them. For me, I might say, yeah, because that credit the people, they say, yeah, boy, men like me, man, and when them kings support them, the king from Egypt would support Joseph. And Joseph building back up and taking place by Joseph working things to protect all his stuff by. Well, everyone loose on the leg, watch your place, watch it. Captain sees everything. All of it is numb. Nothing to try and survive chaos for the create. Or you want to turn up your nose and feel like it's something. Stop doing this. You have to say, you're operating so like you're doing your food showing that. Stop it. Find it next high ISUPK here. If you're not a black Hispanic and they can contribute to the well-being and the restoration of planet Earth, it does now. Have some mercy for yourself and your people. So for black Hispanic, independent man, woman, child, they don't know. Lord say, this is where it is. Come and see yourself. Come and see, you understand, Indian that way it is. It doesn't matter. Get, you understand your tasks and take that time. You have learned rubbish all your life. And the Lord protect you. He does do it. With that, pass back over the piece of this about.
What's that? Select. This is the security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahan. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After 6 months, after this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High give to you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. Yeah, the dates for that.
No, just the content seven Saturdays. Yeah, 50 days is good. Seven Sabbaths.
So that reminder, Archeum and Aquatium to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirts, like pants, like headband or scarf. And with that, we say Mariam. And we're going to begin the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shama Shamai, Kwadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Balakaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratazar, Kawa, Haya, Ashamaya, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawat now, Kasalak now, Kabawat now, Bala'a, Tabayanao, by a shot, Abal, our Shina, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waala, Wataparat, Maleonia, Aman. All right, what we said in the English was, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right. So, are we going to give the teacher a one courtesy salute? All right. Amadiam Shabbat. Amadiam, Barak, Yahweh Bashim, Yahushai Bakata. We're going to give the sisters online a courtesy salute. Amadiam Shabbat. Amadiam, Barak, Yahweh Shamalatan, Bashim, Yahushai, Yaremata. Class dismissed.
What are you doing? It's the water.